Hi everyone, Steffi Shipley here. So this video is how I saw 60 faces in 30 days. Um, so if you had asked me a year ago if I could have done this, I probably would have laughed right in your face. It seemed like such an impossible task. I was barely seeing 3 faces per week this time last year. And if I didn't get enough people in a week to book, then the reschedules and the cancellations were enough just to make me go in a corner and cry. Have y'all ever been there? Yeah, I have come a long way. But first of all, I just want you to get it out of your head that this is difficult to do, because it's not. It's really not. You manifest what you tell yourself. So set your goal and simply plan your work and work your plan. What does that mean though, right? People always told me that, and I was like, yeah, okay. But I'm telling you, it's a lifesaver. And once you set your goal and you have a plan, then you're able to work it. And if you don't have a goal, you can't have a plan. And if you don't have a plan, then it makes it extremely hard to work it, right? So I didn't go about this with an attitude of, well, let's just see what happens. I'll throw some stones out there. And if people book with me, great. If not, oh, well, no, I didn't. I had a goal and I needed to finish that goal. So what started this was with me, is that I'm having I had surgery June 12th, and I had 3 goals. And I knew by those 3 goals, I had to have it done before my surgery. So all of my work was really done in May. And so it is just, I don't possess any special skills or special knowledge or anything that you guys don't have. I'm just going to be straight up and honest. I don't. But what I do have is a good work ethic and work consistently and diligently. That is what did it. And you can do that. You can conquer the world. I'm telling you. So if you want something bad enough, you will get it done. And it was very important to me that I reach my goals and do it by that certain time. And the only way I knew I was going to get it done was to work it hard that month. And that means working it when I didn't feel like it, working it maybe when my husband asked me to go to the movies, I was like, no can do. I have to work it. I usually take Sundays off, but May I did not, because I was trying to do anything and everything and just continually work it. So a little bit of that is sometimes seeing that many, you really have to kind of take a look at your schedule and be like, okay, I'm going to commit to this day, this day, this day, and this day. And then no failing, you work that day that you have committed to. And, but you also have to have time to work it prior to actually having the bookings. So that's what I'm going to talk to you about. I want you to think about something, something that you wanted really badly in your life, and not necessarily Mary Kay, but just something that you really wanted, and then you ended up getting it done. So, and think about that, and I want you to think about what efforts, what actions, and what behaviors got you there, because it is the same concept to doing this. It's the same thing. And if you want something bad enough, you will go for it. But again, it's your efforts, your actions, and your behaviors. Okay? So I did not rely on 1 or 2 methods. I did several different things to get bookings, and I did have to go out of my comfort zone a little bit. So I did set up some lead boxes. Again, even being a director, it's very nerve wracking to go into a place and open yourself up and be like, hey, can I put this here? That makes me so nervous. And I'm just like, and I have to sit in the car for like 5 to 10 minutes, psyching myself up to do it. Like, okay, I got this. I'm a businesswoman. I can do this. And whatever you need to do, put on a song, jam out to it before you go in. But you know what? What kills me is that I have no idea why it makes me so nervous. Because once I do it, people are very nice. What is the worst thing that people are going to do? Say no. There is nothing wrong. Then you say, okay, well, thank you so much anyway, blah, 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 and you move on. But don't let one no distract you from your goal. You keep going. And no just means not right now. Be like, you know what? Okay, that's fine. Next. So knowing that mentally, but yet it still makes me nervous. But let me tell you, just do it anyway. Like I said, I would spend 5 to 10 minutes in my car. I'd psych myself up. And then I would take 3 deep breaths and I'd be like, 1, 2, 3, go. Take my 3 breaths, go in and get it done. It's not scary. No one yelled at me. No one threatened me. No one kicked me out of their establishment. It's okay, guys. It really is okay. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. So I did put down a few lead boxes. The biggest thing with the lead boxes is you need to go back and check them. Don't just leave them forever, and communicate. Now, this one place, it was actually a Chinese restaurant that I set one up, and they were a little hesitant to let me do this. So I actually said, the person that wins I will give them a $10 gift certificate to your restaurant. And they felt better about that. So, I just had to make up a little sign that said that. And I just picked one person out. Of course, with our lead boxes, we're going to call and try to book everyone that's in there. But I just picked one person and just gave one $10 gift certificate. I did not give it to everyone. So, I made that clear on the thing that one person wins $10 gift certificate. And then there was also a drawing for a free pampering session. So, okay. So, you can't guarantee that you'll get a tremendous amount from those though. But you know what? If I got 2, I was happy. So, I put 3 or 4 lead boxes out. Also, referrals. Referrals are huge. Whenever you have a facial, a party, always get referrals from people. And I want no less than 5 names. I try to get more than that, but sometimes if I can just get 5, that's great. So what I did was I called all my past customers and offered any one item for half off. If you can't afford to do that, that's okay. Do a drawing of something. Something, it doesn't even have to be Mary Kay related. You can say a $5 gift card to Starbucks. I mean, just whatever that you can afford, but that was just something that's an incentive for them. And I asked, if you give me 5 referrals, I will do that. So that was huge. Also, warm chat. Okay. If I have to spend 5 or 10 minutes in my car to psych myself up to go into a business to put a lead box in, I'm going to hate warm chatting. But guys, I'm telling you, this is the best way to get people and get outside of that friends and family circle. It really is. Anywhere you spend money or you do something, I could just get like a little a bag. I wish I had one here, but just a little bag. And I put like a lip gloss sample or with a few pieces of candy in it and my business card. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for being so nice to me today, or helping me do this, or just taking good care of me. You had such great customer service. I just want to bless you with this. And then, and I always say, can I get your name and number? And then that's how I start in with, hey, I'm, with Mary Kate and blah, blah, blah. I do my spiel. And, I get names like this. People are just so excited. Like when you give them something, people in customer service, I mean, there's a reason why people hate those jobs because people are not nice to them. So when we give them something and we're so nice and thanking them for doing their job well, people are very grateful. And so I got a lot through there. I got a girl through the Arby's drive through. I had a girl at my cleaners. Just when I went to Food Lion to pick something up, I went over to the customer service and I was asking about, she helped me find something. And I gave it to her and they've all booked with me. And so, it's not all about going and finding people that look wealthy. It's just everyday people because I'm an everyday person. So if someone had done that for me, I would be like, oh my gosh, that is so nice. People don't get thanked enough. And so they will really love it. Another thing I did for the warm chatting, because I just hate walking up to a perfect stranger and be like, oh, you're so pretty, because I kind of shy away from that. It's just not really my personality. So what I did is I had these little surveys, and then to me, handing them something to do was a little bit easier in the approach. And I know it's just a mind thing, but maybe you guys can relate to that. So I just had, this little survey, and I was like, hey, I'm a skincare consultant. And I just noticed that, you look like a person that really takes good care of themselves. And would you mind filling this out for me? So they fill it out and immediately get their name and number. You can try to book them there, but sometimes I just hold off and wait and then text them once I get in the car, thanking them for doing that, and then build up a relationship like that. And then maybe by the second or third text, then I'm asking them to book. Because I don't want to feel like I'm pouncing on them. So that seems to work a lot better for me anyway with my personality. Another thing I did was I used Facebook. I mean, we all have a gazillion Facebook friends, right? And how many of those Facebook friends, though, do we actually talk to? Probably, I would say 3/4 of them we don't really talk to. And so what I did was I actually sent them all, every single one of people that are on my Facebook friend list, and I asked them for referrals. So I offered them I did a drawing, and I said I have this drawing at the end of the month, and for every referral that you give me, and it does not local. They could be all over the country because that's how you can get outside of that friends and family. And you say every referral that you give me, I will give you. Your name goes into that drawing. So if you give me 5 names, your name goes in 5 times. And most of the time they can send those names to you through Messenger. And so when you message them, you just want to make sure, say, hey, so and so referred you, so you're not looking like you're scamming them. So that worked really well for me. I got lots and lots of names from that. Also calling my past hostesses, anyone that didn't keep a past facial or appointment of any kind, I made sure to call them back and try to get them on the books. Right now, summer, it's very busy. But so a lot of times, like if I was getting a lot of resistance from someone, I just would send them our skin analyzer app and say, hey, do this, because they don't even have to leave their home. They can do it in their car, for goodness sakes. So they didn't feel like, oh my gosh, there's another thing I have to do. So I would just send them that skin analyzer app, be like, hey, do this. They download it for free. They take a selfie. It tells them all about their skin, what products need. And I'm like, if you send this back to me, and so it's kind of like you're doing that virtual facial, but and then everything that they had, I just sent them samples, and I'm like, here's samples. And then from that, I would set up and be like, okay, let's talk. And sometimes they did it by Zoom, sometimes we just did it by the phone, you know And sometimes they really didn't even want the samples. They were like, oh my gosh, my face is horrible. I need this, so that was really great, right? But so it's all about trying to help them and turn it into a way that you want to help them. Um, so let's see, what else did I do? Oh, the biggest thing was, all right, so everyone that booked, and virtual or in person, but they held their appointments. Okay, so no cancellation, no reschedule. Um, Everyone was placed into another drawing, and I would do that, at the end of the month. And I just built a lot of excitement around it. I posted on social media. It was just another incentive for each person to keep their scheduled appointment. And I think I made like a basket of like some body lotion, something. I wanted it to be products that they probably would not buy like in a facial or glamour appointment. So that's why I did some body care. And I just went to the dollar store, got a cute little basket, and put some ribbon and tissue paper in it and everything, made it look really pretty, and posted the pic, and be like, hey, you're going to win this, So that was really exciting for people. Also, I made sure everyone that booked a facial with me, I always ask them to bring a friend or two. I try to stay clear of the word party, because it seems like whenever I say word party, people cringe. And I think to people, it just means, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to invite a lot of people. I'm going to have to do work. I'm going to have to clean my house. I'm going to have to do this, do that. No, so I kind of stay clear from that. And, and just keep it as, I want to pamper you, I want to bless you, and hey, it's so much more fun if you bring a friend or two. And it's always more beneficial to see the most people we can at one appointment. So that really knocks down those 60 faces and makes it a lot easier. If you're trying to see each person face by face, it's going, yeah, you're going to put some hours in. But you can book people that don't know each other at the same appointment. Like especially if you work a full-time job, if you have kids and you're like, I can't do this every single day, that's okay. Book like a power Saturday and say, okay, I'm going to see people this time, this time, this time. And then every person that you are booking, say, which time would you like? That doesn't mean that has to be their only appointment. You can have 6 people there that don't know each other, that you booked at different things, and have them all there at one time and make it into a party. And then if you would like, you can always do like a mystery hostess. Say anyone there can get your hostess benefits, if they do X, Y, and Z or whatever, like for instance, you could do, I did this a few months ago where I did like a mystery hostess, and I was like, okay, for every person that brings, if you bring a friend, then your name goes into the mystery hostess drawing. If you buy like X amount of dollars, then your name goes in. And so in that way, they were doing things in order to get something out of it. So it wasn't like you were just giving away a hostess gift or anything, or your hostess benefits. They were doing things to help, to help that. So that worked really well. So let's see. Also, oh gosh, one of the biggest things I did is that I ended up doing trash your makeup day. So I just did it at my house. I picked a Saturday. I kind of treated it like an open house. And I said Saturday from 1 to 4. They could bring, 1 to 2 of their old makeup or skincare, any brands, that they weren't using. And I would replace it with a Mary Kay item at 60% off. So, and again, you could use any discount or anything that you want to do that works for you and your business. But that's what I did. So, I had some old Estee Lauder, I had some Clinique, I had some brands I'd never heard of before, and some of these people were like using the same foundation, you guys, for like 10 years. I'm like, I'm like, that's not even good anymore. So there was a little bit of education, when they came to do that. But with doing that, I got them to book. So I could just book a facial with them. And say, okay, so I went ahead and gave them what they wanted, but also booking them. And so that way you could really have some one-on-one time, or book a couple of them together. Like a couple of people brought friends. So, they came together and we had like a party and it was fun. And so sometimes you just don't realize, and I even didn't realize that there were some people I haven't facialed in a couple of years, or maybe they were just, maybe at the time of the facial they just bought like a moisturizer, but they were still using an old cleanser of some type, and they ended up loving the moisturizer from us, but they were using somebody else's cleanser. So when they came to this, it was an opportunity for me to book them and again go through the skincare. And of course, when I gave facials 2 years ago, I didn't have the knowledge that I do now. So my skincare classes have really progressed. So maybe that was the problem. But anyway, so when I get them in for booking, I was able to get them to purchase like the whole set. So that was really exciting. I was very impressed with my party that day. I ended up making over $1,000. I got 10 bookings. So to me, that was a huge success. And I really had no expectations for it because I had not done one before. So I really wasn't sure. So if you want more info on that party, just reach out to me and I'll be sure to get it to you. Also, I tried very hard. Anyone that I booked from anything that I did, lead boxes, referrals, warm chats, Facebook, calling past hostesses, whatever have you, I tried to book them within that week or early the following week. I just find that the more time that goes by from the booking to the actual event, the person loses excitement and it's a higher chance of cancellation. So once I book them, I stay in close contact. I call them, Facebook message, texting about every other day, and never with the same message. Remember, you're trying to build a relationship. So, and this just ensures that, we call this hostess coaching as well, but I do it for facials too. But it's just trying to get that keep that excitement, and also so they'll remember. You'll be surprised. You can talk to someone in the morning and they'll say, okay, I'll be there, and completely forget 4 hours later that they had an appointment with you. People are just busy and they're not thinking about you. So I found that keeping in close contact really helps, because again, I had a goal. Do I do this for every single time? No, I don't. Do I do my coaching? Yes, I do coaching, but not necessarily every other day, but I had a goal and I wanted to reach this goal. And the way I was going to reach it was to make sure that my reschedules, my cancellations were at minimum. So, I would just send them a text, and some of the things I would say is, I'm so excited to connect with you. I have a special treat already for you. And maybe I would send them a little pic of, the little chocolate with their name on it. Sometimes I would just send and say, hey, how's your Wednesday going? I had a minute and just was thinking of you. That's it. Always did the U+2, to invite friends. That was always a message. Sometimes I would say, hey, lovely, I was thinking, about your facial and wanted to get everything all set up for you. So do you prefer water, a soda, or iced tea? And it's, again, am I preparing it right then? Of course not. But it's just another way for me to get, keep in contact with them, and ask them a question to kind of engage into them, So, you guys, this is so easy, and all of you can do it. It is so not hard. Is it hard work? Yes, it is hard work. I'll take that back. It is hard work, but anything worth having is, right? So, but hard work does not mean it's unattainable or it's not doable. It just means commitment and dedication. And that's what I did. Consistency, commitment, dedication. That's it. You guys got this. You can do this. Thanks again. Mwah.